Hi there. Welcome to another edition of Illuminating Weekly. We're looking at September 2nd through the 8th. Wow, we're in September already, the 9th month. And universally, this is the 21 month. So we know we're being inspired to seek the truth because it's the truth, our truth, that will set us free. And there is the illusion that we often hold on to because with looking at everything through the filter of our emotions, the emotions that are stuck inside of us, our resentments, our beliefs around others, and trying to find and clarify what is there is a fascinating thing. I'm Duchene, and I will be using the Illuminating Journey Cards that I created with the help of the Akashic Records to let us know what we need to look out for this week. And so let's begin. I've sorted the cards. So the first card is this one, the 27 Soul Portal. I believe we had this one last week or the week before. And of course, it's a fascinating card because it seems very magical, right? There's a magical energy around this. And there is also what we might consider the illusion. Because here I've just been talking about the idea of what is our truth and what are we not seeing in the truth? Like what is hiding from us? And when I see this card in context with what we need to know this week, I feel like there's an energy here, an essential essence that is coming through of how we have to conduct ourselves going forward. Which means we have to understand that we need to be on our business. We need to be focused on flying on the rug of our business. What is ours to do? What is ours to focus on? What is ours to clear up and kind of fly towards or go towards? So it feels very clear and focused. When I look at the figure on this rug, yes, she's at peace. Or if you can see a male, she's at peace. If you're a male, you may consider this a male figure. She's at peace, right? But she's at peace because she knows who she is. And she knows she's not going to be sidetracked by her emotional baggage or the baggage of other people. So there's very much an energy of being on a path, on her path, clear about what she needs to do, understanding this, that everything is here. Everything exists as she's flying through the world. All around is all these things that, you can read things how you want to read them. So there's many ways to see things, but if you understand that everything exists as a place to be whole from, and that you belong with and that you can be engaged with these things at whatever level and way you desire, then you begin to understand that this is you traveling through the world at peace with what there is, and knowing there are things you need to engage with and do things with. Knowing everything is available. But do you need everything now, right? Just because it's all there doesn't mean you need all of it at the same time, which also leads to the factor of fear. Fear comes from feeling like there's something missing, or I've got to hold on to stuff because someone's going to take what is mine. And what's interesting about what I've got from the records about this month is that this is a very lean month in terms of we're moving into lean times. And that means we have to tighten our belt. We have to let go of excess things, like holding on to things we don't need. Because as this figure flies through the air, she's at peace because she knows who she is, and she's also at peace because she knows everything is available to her, right? So there's a beauty there in going, I don't need to hold on to stuff. I don't need to hold on to emotions. I don't need to hold on to people. I don't need to hold on to possessions because they're all in the field when I need them, right? If it comes to that place where I'm going, I really want to be in relationship with that person again, or have that kind of relationship, then you can always reconnect with people. And if they're available, they're available. If they're not, they're not. But getting lean about holding on to things, holding on to people, ideas, presumptions, how things should work, is all an illusion, right? And that contains a lot of excess baggage, excess weight that stops us from moving smoothly into these new times, because we got to keep lean. We got to be able to move very swiftly through a time that is collapsing and changing, and everything is upside down. So the clearer and cleaner we fly, kind of going, okay, what is mine? What do I need to focus on? And not get distracted by our annoyance about things. Really go, okay, I got to come back here. I got to come back to center. I got to know, what I'm doing. It is through the power of this figure knowing who she is and where she's going that actually keeps her afloat, right? Because when you lose that sense of self, then you just fall, and then you're out of control. And there's, not to say that things don't happen in our lives that are out of control, but it is how we tend to it, how we show up to deal. If we show up all panicky, then we're not going to have our sense of alertness and our sense of focus. It means, okay, what is important about everything here? What do I need from everything that's collapsing around me? And the strength from within, right, is what will keep you afloat, keep you rising above the turmoil, so that you can see what you need to do. You can do what you need to do, right? You can go where you need to go. So I think that's the message from this. And then we have the 4. This is also a card that has shown up quite a lot. And here the 4 is indeed another soul pillar. And the red energy, there's a lot of fire coming in. There's a lot of change. This is, to me, this card speaks of taking the spiritual path on earth, and that it is time to take what is there, take the old that is maybe collapsed, damaged, broken, and the new, and just recreate new things. Like, only use what's valuable. But understanding the ultimate goal of all of that is to be in relationship with the earth, in relationship to the self. What is it? What is the divine match between who you are and what's out in the world? And where do you need to put this amazing energy? It feels alive. We are being invited to come alive, to wake up to what is really the fire and the passion of who we are. Because most of us tend to use our passion towards resentment and anger of, oh, somebody else has something I want, or I'm being stopped from getting what I want, and I'm angry at how I'm being treated. So all of that disperses our passion and our ability to create, because that's the creative energy. So we're being invited to really step into what we want to create around us with what there is, given the changes that we're experiencing. And so this really feels like there is a fire burning to create, and just let go of the illusions and the kind of ideas, I want something and I want it to just show up. Like, we actually have to do the work, and we have to get clear about what it is. And all this fiery redness makes me think about clarity and purity, and burning off the old stuff and really focusing on the creative aspect of bringing a project alive, bringing a desire alive, bringing the divine energy or notions that we are receiving, our imagination, our creativity, bringing it into form right here. And that's part of the 4, right? The 4 is about bringing ideas into the practical world. So there we have the 27, which is a 9, and September is a 9-month, and then we have the 4. So we have blues and reds. It really feels like there's a lot of movement and motion coming in to fill us up and to kind of reignite our energy in a new way. And so let's see what the third card is. And here we have this, one of the tools. This deck contains soul portals, which you just saw, and then tools, 7 tools. And this card is one of the tools, the light, the double terminated crystal, which is bringing light into life. It's like thinking about healing and clearing and clarity and light and energizing us to break through resistance, break through seeing things in a way like being resentful, or maybe sitting on the fence or sitting on the couch and going, I don't want to change, or doing the same thing you've been doing and going, I don't want to change. I don't want to put the effort into something new. Somebody else needs to do it. And this is, no, you need to do it. This is what this reading is saying. You need to get to this place where you are in practice so you can be in the space of the earth, very grounded as well as very clear, very connected to the divine energy, to source energy, God, whatever you call it. And so much so that you can rise above or float above all of the stuff, knowing that everything is available to you, that the world is incredible, that this feather kind of makes me think about balance and harmony and being at peace with what you need to do in the world, focused, right? And then here, dealing with the creative energy of what is possible. It's the potential. It's this initiation of your creative forces in a new way. Like, that's it. I'm at this place where I need to create new things and not wallow in what has been or how things have been destroyed, but now moving into something new. So using the fiery energy to activate new things, like what has been, like what is that saying? No use crying over spilt milk. So what can we do now? And then moving into the crystal, which is bringing light, the tool that is bringing a sense of lightness, a sense of what is it looking, clarity, what can I see that is mine? How can I search through the rubble and the disaster to get clear about the jewels that are buried that are mine to do? You know, how can I focus, really remembering that I'm here to kind of illuminate myself and expand my vision, expand what I'm doing, expand my work in the world, expand how I am being material in the world. How am I being human? How am I using the resources? How am I contributing to the resources? So this is also about contribution. How do I bring light into the places where it feels hopeless? So what is mine to contribute? How can I be of service? How can I bring this light? How can I light the path forward? So I find that very fascinating, this reading this week. As always find them so fascinating. And I would love to hear what you're seeing in the reading. Maybe I didn't mention, or what you feel about what I have said about this idea of being so in your truth that you can rise above and hold yourself moving forward, knowing all is there, and then moving into the space of what needs to be created. So looking at what is, the destruction and the potential, and taking what is to move forward so that you can maintain this while dealing with this, knowing you have this light, this energy to move forward, to be of service, to bring new awareness into the world in your own individual way. So yes, share with me, like, subscribe, tell me what you're getting, leave me a comment. I love to get feedback on these cards because they're a new and growing being. And of course, if you'd like your own cards, you can find them on my website at jenduchene.com/Illuminating Journey Cards. if you want to order your own pack or have a reading. So look for me at jenduchene.com, and I will see you next week. Lots of love.